Welcome back to those of you watching our Facebook coverage online. We have 4 swing bouts coming your way. Please welcome to the cage, Christian Strong.
Here we are back on our Facebook feed. We go to the pro fights. All of our amateur fights were finished. We go to our pro fights now that we're on the original undercard. Starting out with Christian Strong.
You see that wrestling tattoo on his back. I know his opponent has some good wrestling as well. Should be a good fight.
Yeah, this is another one of those fights that, you know, we got 2 good wrestlers, but they also like to strike. You know, his last fight was back in March, so he hasn't fought in that much this year. Fought back in March, fighting out of Washington State. He has big wins over Gino Shvedov and also Cameron Smotherman, who we saw earlier win. In fact, that's one of those rematches I would like to see, Alex.
Yeah, that'd be great. I do, but yeah, that's right. He was the one who really utilized the wrestling. That'd be great to see. He's fighting a young Elijah Smith, also 1-0. This is a great matchup of some prospects. This fight could be on the Contender Series.
All right, let's meet his opponent. Here's Wayne.
Please welcome to the red corner, Elijah Smith.
Elijah Smith, we just got a chance to watch him coming off that debut win against Roger Smith at Fury FC 68 in August. And those guys were throwing. That was a really good fight. If you guys remember, Roger Smith was like, everyone thought it was just going to be a walkover, right? And Roger Smith really put up a good fight.
Yeah.
And it was a good first fight test for Elijah.
Yeah, Elijah, you know, his father fought the UFC, was on a couple seasons of The Ultimate Fighter, and Gilbert Smith. Elijah's 1-0 as a pro, but he was 5-0 as an amateur, and only 1 fight has gone the distance for either one, as pro or as amateur. So, you know, all those fights he's able to win, fighting out of Team Victory MMA in Colorado Springs, Colorado. So we know the cardio is going to be good. We know he's a great athlete. So this is a great matchup with him and Christian Strong, and see if he can equalize the wrestling of Christian Strong and match the striking.
Yeah, I remember in Elijah's last fight, if I'm not mistaken, he threw a couple flying knees. I would be surprised if he tried that here against Strong, because you know Strong's going to come out low with that double leg style.
That All-American wrestler, Christian Strong. See how he can neutralize the explosiveness of Elijah Smith. Good way to get our swing bouts going. Thank you, everyone, for joining us for 4 more fights. Let's go inside the Wayne for our official introduction.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest, brought to you by SheathUnderwear.com, is scheduled for 3 rounds in the Fury FC Bantamweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This mixed martial artist stands 5 feet 7 inches tall, and he weighed in at 134.8 pounds. Fighting out of Everett, Washington, he holds a professional record of 2 wins, no losses. This is Christian Strong. And introducing his opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner. This freestyle fighter stands 5 feet 9 inches tall, and he weighed in at 134.6 pounds. Fighting out of Colorado Springs, Colorado, he holds a professional record of 1 win, no losses. This is Elijah Smith. Your referee in charge of the action, Patrick Patline.
All right, so these bantamweights get us going for 4 more fights in 2022 for Fury FC. Blue gloves for Strong, red for Elijah Smith.
We know Elijah Smith wants to kind of control the center of the cage here. Doesn't want to get his back up against the cage. Not against a wrestler like Christian Strong. Wants to make sure he's able to stay, you know, where he can use that springboard athleticism to kind of counter the wrestling of Christian Strong. You see him go in there early for a takedown. He's got a nice body lock here.
Yeah, Elijah doing a good job keeping his hips low. Kind of forced an underhook and landed some good little punches on the way up. Some short right hands.
Good defense from Elijah Smith. Oh, man.
Fake, threw like he was going to throw a right hand, and then on the potential shot from Strong, he throws that lead uppercut. And that was crafty. That was cool. Good jab there from Elijah. Elijah's explosive. He's covering distance quick and really colliding and doing some damage with these strikes.
Oh! That is it! That is it! Patrick Patlon says that is enough. What a huge connect there from Elijah Smith.
Strong. I don't even see what he got hit with. Honestly.
It looked like he got clipped with a really short left hand. Very nice. Elijah Smith in there. This is a big win for him. Even though Christian Strong's only 2-0, he is no joke. Christian Strong was a very, very tough opponent for Elijah Smith, especially for your second pro fight. And Elijah Smith makes very short work of it. Beautiful job.
Let's get the replay on that one. So then Strong throws a big overhand right to try to set up a double, a little too much.
See?
Oh, yeah, just a little right hook. And man, it was almost his forearm that hit Strong in the chin. We'll see that again. Watch Elijah's right arm. Oh. Yeah, I think it was his forearm that clipped him right in the chin. Quick flash knockdown. Yeah, and once they stopped the fight, I mean, Strong wasn't really with it. Still staggering.
Yeah, for those at home who might have thought that was an early stoppage, we can see it here, and he was out of it even when he was standing up walking across the cage. You can see right there, his body goes limp. He lands 2 punches that he doesn't defend.
That was a good stoppage. Let's go inside to Wayne to make this official.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Patrick Patlon calls for a stop to the action. 1 minute, 18 seconds into the very first round, declaring your winner by TKO, Elijah Smith. Real quick.
Hey, I want to thank all my sponsors, but real quick, I know there's a guy out there who I want to fight. His name is Cameron Smotherman. We could do it in Houston, or if you want to come down to the Mile High City, we can get it rocking. Let me know.
Hey.
That'd be a good fight.
Yeah. Cameron Smotherman against Elijah Smith. Sign me up for that one. I think we're going to head back to Colorado this year later on. That'd be a fun one. All right, let's go to Wayne to meet our next fighter.
Please welcome to the blue corner, Dominic Perez.
All right, we go to our flyweight division now. Third time inside the Fury FC cage. Last fought in March against Devin Jackson is Dominic Perez. Lost via that doctor stoppage. Couldn't see from his eye due to the cut that he had above it.
Yeah, Dominic Perez with that 0-2 record is very deceiving. And he's had some very tough fights. You know, Devin Jackson is very, very tough in his division. And then Jordan Carmona, you know, he was stopped by both of them. One of them was a doctor stoppage, but he was 6-4 as an amateur. So he's got 12 fights under his belt. So, you know, very experienced fighter. He's been very streaky since the beginning of his career in 2014. And at 30 years old, it's kind of do or die time for Dominic Perez.
Dominic Perez, former 2-division champion as well, coming up. Competes in, of course, a lot of submission events, black belt in jiu-jitsu, so has that incredible background. But you're right, at this age, this is that moment. You got to make that push.
Yeah, at this point of his career, it's like I said, it's do or die time. I know a 2 record, not impossible to make up. You know, you can get 2 fights in here pretty quick and be even, and then, you know, kind of start building from there. But yeah, he's still relatively young. He's 30 years old, but, you know, really wants to get this win today against Victor Gonzalez.
Let's meet his opponent.
Please welcome to the red corner, Victor Gonzalez.
Victor Gonzalez coming off his first win inside the Fury FC cage at FC 70 in our swing bout against Adem Adame. Got that nice submission win. Good to see him get his first one here in the cage, and now trying to get his second one. Strong style MMA backing him up.
Yeah, and the thing about Victor Gonzalez is all of his wins and all of his losses are finishes. So this guy goes out there and throws it all out there and lets it all hang out. And he's either going to throw a big punch or get somebody to the ground and submit him, or that's going to happen to him. But he doesn't hold anything back. Very exciting fighter to watch.
The big thing for Fuego is can't get caught with something in the first 15 seconds. That's been his Achilles heel. And we saw him in the last fight when Adon came out throwing. I mean, he was just guns ablaze. Survived it, got him to the ground, and that was it. Our tail of the tape brought to you by Space City Collective. You still have time to get your holiday shopping done with some awesome kicks at Space City Collective. You see the height advantage for Victor, reach advantage as well for this flyweight bout. 30 years old, both guys. Let's get our official introductions. Here's Wayne Leggett.
Ladies and gentlemen, your next fight, brought to you by Space City Collective, is scheduled for 3 rounds in the Fury FC flyweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This mixed martial artist is 5 feet 5 inches tall, and he weighed in at 124.8 pounds. Fighting out of Pearland, Texas, tonight he seeks his first victory as a pro. This is Dominic Perez. And introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. This freestyle fighter stands 5 feet 6 inches tall, and he weighed in officially at 124.8 pounds. Fighting out of Houston, Texas, tonight he seeks professional victory number 3. This is Del Fuego, Victor Gonzalez. Your referee in charge, Jeff Rexroad.
Ooh, Fuego coming out with the big right.
Right off the bat, Victor Gonzalez coming out, pushing Dominic Perez up against the cage. Maybe wants to slow the action just a little bit to get past that 15-second mark that you talked about earlier, Raheel.
Just got to make sure you can't get caught with anything and then implement your game plan. Good wrestling background for Victor Gonzalez. We mentioned Dominic Perez and that great work that he's done in jiu-jitsu. Now he gets to implement his game plan a little bit.
I don't know if Del Fuego was going for like a leg lock entry or what, but that was, you know, I kind of blinked and missed it, but he ended up giving up that takedown pretty bad.
Yeah, I think he was going for, it looked like he was maybe a leg entry, but then whenever he got down, he went immediately for like a flower sweep or something. And you got to kind of see, here he goes again. He's got that arm bar set up.
I mean, the elbow, this is deep. This is very deep.
Wow.
Yeah, if he can straighten his body out here.
And he's attacking on top of the lock. I mean, I think we'll see a tap here. This is as deep as they get. Yeah,
oh! Victor
Very
Gonzalez!
Nice. Wow!
Have yourself a fight streak. Look at that, a win streak for him.
Yeah,
man.
He wanted to go on his, hey man, he believed in his guard. You know, almost had a takedown. Let's see it here. It's a little trip and then goes in, yeah, for a little leg hold and didn't really work out for him. Recovers guard, cuts an angle, and then just shoots a deep arm bar. I mean, once he got that posture controlling leg over the head of Perez, I mean, that's all it took. I could see how deep that tricep was in that trap. So we see a nice little body lock takedown. Switches it a little slow, goes in for maybe a leg lock, but ends up going to guard. And it paid off for him really well.
Yeah, then here you see that deep armbar. Got his feet crossed across there, making it really difficult for him to posture up, holding his posture down with those feet. Got an arm over arm armbar, and those are very, very tight. Looks like he may have caused a little damage to the right arm of Dominic Perez, but that's a big submission for a good, against a good jiu-jitsu guy.
Yeah.
Man, what an impressive win from Del Fuego. Victor Gonzalez, let's make this thing official. Here's Wayne Leggett.
Ladies and gentlemen, the end comes 1 minute, 35 seconds into the very first round. Declaring your winner by tap out due to an armbar, Del Fuego, Victor Gonzalez. And with that win, he picks up a bonus from Kimura Tattoo Company in Conroe, Texas.
Nice, good work there from Del Fuego. You see the Strong Style MMA team led by Richard Burmaster and Samantha Burmaster. Get yourself some new ink from Kimura Tattoo Company. How about that? That's a nice bonus.
Yeah, it is.
I would get a Fury FC tramp stamp.
Yeah. I've got one. It's been a big hit.
Let's meet our next fighter. Here's Wayne Leggett.
Please welcome to the blue corner, Kimo Lewis.
All right, 2 more fights left in 2022. Kimo Lewis making his way out for this light heavyweight bout. Second time inside the Fury FC cage. Got that win over Ricardo Evangelista with that second round TKO at Fury FC 47 last year.
Yeah, and that was at heavyweight, of course, and this one at light heavyweight. Kimo done a good job of cutting some weight here, and trying to get down to where he could be competitive at the at the light heavyweight at 205 pounds, because he was well undersized against Ricardo Evangelista. Ricardo Evangelista ended up hurting his knee in that, and Kimo was able to capitalize on it and won that fight. But I think he realized in that fight, Raheel, that he was too small to be a heavyweight.
Yeah.
And that if 205 was within his reach, that's where he needed to go, and that's what he's done here.
Yeah, good for him. It seems like he's lost a fair amount of weight, and it's cool for guys to have that, realization and then do all the work to actually drop a weight class, because that's like the biggest weight class jump is heavyweight to light heavyweight. And he'll have a good size at this weight class as well.
3-3 record for Kimo Lewis. Trying to get back over 500. He's going to have a tough opponent. Let's meet his opponent. Here's Wayne Leggett.
Please welcome to the red corner, Al Savea.
Al Savea, 2-0. First time inside the Fury FC cage. He's been fighting on and off since 2016. Hasn't fought since 2019, Michael.
Yeah, Al Savea hasn't fought since 2019. Interesting note, both guys are from Hawaii and coming to Texas to fight each other, but Al Savea has some devastating kicks. He will go after the legs immediately in this fight and will start trying to kick the base out from under Kimo Lewis, guaranteed.
In his second fight, in the first minute of the fight, chopped down his opponents with 3 big kicks.
Oh, wow.
It was quick. He has some devastating kicks, as Michael mentioned. An interesting prospect to watch out for. Still young in his career.
Yeah, we don't get a lot of 205ers. Honestly, man, this is a fun one. Kimo, a little heavy, but it's all right. Fight is still on. Both guys built similarly, under 6 foot, more thick than tall. They pack power. It's be a fun fight.
Our Tail of the Tape brought to you by Renfo Smart Healthy Living. The 36-year-old, as you mentioned, Kimo Lewis, came in at 211 pounds, 5'10", 70 inches on the reach. Gives up the height and reach advantage to Al Sabea. All right, let's go inside for our official introductions. Here is Wayne Leggett.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest, brought to you by Renfo, is scheduled for 3 rounds in the Fury FC Light Heavyweight Division. Introducing your first competitor, fighting out of the blue corner. This freestyle fighter stands 5 feet 10 inches tall, and he weighed in at 211.8 pounds. Fighting out of Everett, Washington, by way of Hilo, Hawaii, he holds a professional record of 3 wins, 3 losses. This is Kimo Lewis. And introducing his opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner. This mixed martial artist stands 5 feet 11 inches tall, and he weighed in officially at 203.4 pounds. Fighting out of Waipahu, Hawaii, he's undefeated as a pro, holding a record of 2 wins, no losses. This is Al Sabea. Your referee in charge of the action, Patrick Patlan.
Could have done this fight in Hawaii, Eric. How about we take Fury to Hawaii?
Oh, you weren't kidding, real. Already. Oh, a big right hand.
Al Sabea from Waipahu, Hawaii, the home of Tripler Army Medical Center, where Mike Alexander was born.
Oh, yeah?
Right. Yeah.
Oh, look at you, Hawaiian boy.
Yeah, I was born in Hawaii.
One day I'm going to move to Hawaii.
Man, you'll get tired of it after a couple years.
Yeah.
Imagine being in Houston and you can't go anywhere else.
As long as I can
it's
surf.
Beautiful.
If I can surf, I'm good.
Yeah, maybe I've changed my mind. Maybe I only thought that when I was 22.
The surfing in Galveston and Surfside, not as good as Hawaii, unfortunately. Or the skimboarding, either one.
Man, this fight started at a super fast pace. I mean, they were both landing a lot, but Al was really landing some big kicks, big punches, big toe stomps. And even the guy's body language just says power, as does his striking style.
Yeah, he's one of those guys that's big everywhere. I wonder how much he weighs now. He weighed 203 yesterday. Much heavier than that now, you can tell.
He's got some freaking legs on him.
Oh, nice knee there from Al Sabea.
Kimo went on a single, but finishing that would have been tough.
Big knee there again from Al Sabea. Kimo applying that pressure, keeping Al on the cage.
I mean, this is a decent classic grip guillotine. Al needs that right leg around the waist. I mean, it's under the chin, and it's not arm in. You know, Kimo could catch himself in a bad spot if he's not careful.
Yeah, if he switches this to like a high elbow guillotine, or if he decides to commit to it and wrap his legs around, this could be a devastating. He's out now, but
big difference between Al and I. I would have jumped on that guillotine like my life depended on it.
Yeah.
But granted, I know we're built very different.
Yeah.
Al doesn't seem like the strangling type. He seems like the punching type.
Three knees connected.
Nice little hip throw. I mean,
Now gets the back.
maybe I was wrong. Now show us if you're the strangling type. I mean, he was on that back quick.
The left arm snaking through just a little bit. Still a lot of hand play to be had.
I mean, he's trying to go for that choke. You can see the choking arms starting to find some daylight. What Al could do is go back to double underhooks and just try to flatten Kimo out. I mean, I guarantee you he's got a strong little hip press.
Oh yeah, if he pushes those heels down between those legs,
This is it.
there he goes. That's
Tap.
it.
I stand corrected.
That was
Al,
it. That was it.
A
Yeah.
strangler, winner by rear naked choke. Takes him to 3-0, still undefeated. Bright future for this Hawaiian powerhouse.
Man, we couldn't, the angle was kind of hard for us to see how deep it was, and it was plenty deep. Congratulations to Alce Bea on his 3rd win, keeps his record clean. Only saw 1 leg kick. We didn't get a chance to see what he was truly.
He threw 2. They're pretty good, too.
Yeah, Kimo Lewis knew right off the bat he didn't want to see any more of those leg kicks, so he got this up against the cage, and before you know it, he was hip tossed to the ground, and then you had a giant on your back strangling the life out of you. And there he goes, taps on the floor. Yeah, he knew pretty quick he didn't want any part of that. Nice performance there from Alce Bea, a big win, dominant performance.
Man, Al's frame looks like he could drop down 1 more if he wanted to. Like he looks like he's in great shape right now. But hey, I'm not the one cutting, so I guess I can say, all right, let's make this official. Here's Wayne Luggins.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Patrick Patlon calls for a stop to the action. 3 minutes, 18 seconds into the very first round, declaring a winner by tap out due to a rear naked choke, Alce Bea.
All right, gentlemen, 1 more fight in the calendar year.
Honestly, a great fight to finish the year off. We all know Oliver Jimenez's resume. I don't know if you guys remember Armando Zuniga. He fought in San Antonio for the amateur belt against the guy from Tin Planet. And it was a banger of a fight. It was an excellent fight.
Let's get this going. Here's our first fighter.
Please welcome to the blue corner, Armando Zuniga.
Yeah, Armando Zuniga took on Christian Ammons from 10th Planet back in May at Fury FC 63 in San Antonio. God, we've called so many fights this year, guys. Just want to highlight that. But yeah, that was a fun fight. And then he lost that one, followed up with his last amateur fight at FC 69 with that unanimous decision win over Joel Paredes. And now making his pro debut is Armando Zuniga.
Yeah, I didn't put it together when I first saw his name, but after talking to his coach, I was like, I remember this young blood, and that's such a fun matchup against Ali. I mean, when I saw this fight, I was really excited to see how it was going to go down.
Yeah, and it's one of those things, Alex, we know about Oliver Jimenez. We saw what happened in his debut. So you know what can happen. You know Armando Zuniga saw his debut. You know there's 2 fights, there's 2 pro fights that he scouted from this guy. And so Armando Zuniga gonna look for some of the same stuff, but I'm telling you right now, he does not want to exchange in there and get in a striking match with Oliver Jimenez.
No.
Gives us a chance, a big year, 2022, guys. It's been a year now, year plus of working together as a broadcast crew. It's been a lot of fun. Got a lot of fights to call in 2023, so get ready. The schedule is packed. You can find all fight information on our Instagram page at Fury FC. Let's go inside to meet our second fighter.
Please welcome to the red corner, Oliver Jimenez.
Oliver Jimenez getting that redemption win over Jose Lemus at 67 in August with that round 1 stoppage. Seems like he's finally settling into his style. Obviously decorated kickboxer, but trying to find his style in MMA and slowly finding it.
Yeah, he had a lot of success in his last fight. He won by a knee knockout in the first round. Maybe the second round. First round looked great, and and I'm telling you, his first fight, no takeaway from his opponent who was able to make it happen. But his first fight, it was a strike of lightning. It was one of the biggest upsets you'll ever see, and again, I just don't think we'll see that again quite like that. And Ollie's a student of the game. He knows the fight game well. He knows the risk, and then he came back with a vengeance on his second fight. I'm sure he's keeping some of that alive here on his third fight.
One of the cool things about Oliver Jimenez, it seems like he's like one of the nicest guys in Houston MMA. Every guy is rooting for him. It's so awesome to see.
He's been in the mix a very long time, too. I mean, I think I've known him over 10 years, and he's a good guy.
Our tail of the tape brought to you by Howler Head Whiskey. Armando Zuniga with the reach advantage. The height advantage goes to Oliver Jimenez. Both guys did make weight for this bantamweight bout. The 28-year-old Oliver Jimenez trying to get his second win. Let's go inside for our official introduction.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest brought to you by Howler Head Whiskey is scheduled for 3 rounds in the Fury FC Bantamweight division, and it is your final match of the evening. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This freestyle fighter stands 5 feet 10 inches tall, and he weighed in at 134.4 pounds. Fighting out of Dallas, Texas, tonight he makes his professional debut. This is Armando Zuniga. And introducing his opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner. This mixed martial artist stands 5 feet 11 inches tall, and he weighed in at 135.6 pounds. Fighting out of Houston, Texas, he holds a professional record of 1 win, 1 loss. This is Oliver Jimenez. Your referee in charge of the action, Jeff Rexroad.
Jeff Rexroad gets the final assignment of the night and the year. Glove touch, debut for Zuniga. In the blue gloves, red for Oliver Jimenez.
Zuniga sitting low, lifting that lead leg a lot. Or maybe preemptively check some of the kicks that you know Ollie's going to throw. Get one in the bank already. Ollie will use that lead leg to find range and kind of mask that switch kick to the body and head. The man, he'll use his boxing to set up his power low kick very effectively.
Has such crisp kicks, does Ollie. Oliver Jimenez.
Oliver's a good-sized bantamweight, too, 135er. Got a good height to him.
Yeah, and as we're closing out 2022 here, I wanted to tell you guys, you know, it's a pleasure working with you guys all year. I enjoy these fights. I would do it for free. You know, I love coming here, working with you guys. You know, it has been a little over a year with this team, and you know, I look forward to that continuing and us getting better and better. And you know, I listened to some of our older shows and when we first started, and you know, we thought it was good then, but you know, listening to the ones now, you know, they sound pretty rough to me, and so it's just it's a pleasure. You know, you guys have made 2 great friends and also 2 great partners here at the booth.
Cool, yeah, thank you, man. Likewise, and that's what it feels like. I feel like I'm watching some fights with some friends, and it's just easy to talk and have a good time.
Likewise, man. Sentiment returned. It's a lot of fun. You guys make my job so easy, so I appreciate it. 2 fight fans, 2 knowledgeable fight fans. And big shout out to all the fighters that we've called their fights throughout the year, man. So many great moments. Good combo there from Armando Zuniga.
Yeah, Ollie landed a really good right hand earlier, but Zuniga's been using that lead hook to enter in. He's had some success with it. Good jab there from Ollie. One thing Oliver does well is he pressures. There's good range awareness behind his pressure, but he will keep you on the back foot and just wear you down and break you down. I like a certain fixed range when I, you know, fight and spar. Ollie just kept smothering. Oh! Big right hand. He's got him hurt. We could see a stoppage here. Ollie's all over him. Zuniga's back to his feet. Oh, but he's getting hit again. A very well-timed double from Zuniga. I mean, that saved his fight. That fight was a punch from getting stopped.
Just shows you how quick Ollie can strike.
Ollie's shoulder walker, trying to get his back to the cage so he can work his way back up. Starting to frame off and throw some elbows. I mean, that was a fight-saving double leg there from Zuniga.
Yeah, very well timed, and you know, out of desperation, was able to get him down and get on top here to kind of gain some time to get his nuts and bolts back.
That's a decent right hand there from Zuniga. Oliver looking for some wrist control. He's got the guard open, and you can tell Zuniga's just trying to control the hips of Oliver, stay on top.
Yeah, a little over a minute left here, and Armando Zuniga, you know, in desperation, gets his fight to the ground.
You know, a fair amount of time has passed. I'd say Zuniga's probably recovered a good amount of the damage that he took from the punch. It was just a clean, accurate right hand from Ollie that dropped him. Was all over him with some ground and pound, but Zuniga was trying to put himself, worked his way to his feet, got dropped again, but then shot a double. I mean, I'm talking right before the fight was going to get stopped.
Yeah, and Oliver's got his guard wide open. Zuniga's not making any attempt to pass his guard here, but, you know, could very easily do that. You know, kind of push that leg down with the elbow. You don't even need your hand. Just kind of push it down with the elbow and step over with that knee and at least get it a half guard on the top side. It's a much better punching position, especially against a longer fighter like Oliver Jimenez.
20 seconds left in round one. Zuniga fighting till the bell. Love that. So we go to round two. The big moment, that big right from Oliver Jimenez. Everyone confused where they need to go.
Armando Zuniga very confused right now. That big right hand drops him. He looks like he might be okay from that initial right hand to right here, about halfway through. He looks like he jumps right back up. Oliver all over him.
That was the second punch that dropped him. And he just had to time that double. I mean, I think if he had done anything else, that he would have taken some shots and the fight would have been stopped. Good for Zuniga for keeping him composed and finding the right technique at the right time to keep him in this fight.
Oliver Jimenez staying off of the stool there between rounds. Still very fresh. Armando Zuniga had a hard time finding the stool whenever he was there, but it looks like he's fine now.
Plenty of time has passed. We'll see how both fighters react in round two. Hell of a fighter to make your debut against for Armando Zuniga. Shows a lot about his character, not afraid for a big challenge in his debut fight.
Nice jab.
Alex, you see Oliver's feinting that right hand and then throwing the jab out right after it, so Zuniga's kind of chasing that feint. Oliver's going right through with that jab.
Cage assist, Superman misses.
I think Zuniga's done a good job of mitigating some low kick damage. He's not really allowed Ollie to use that tool. Good stuff there. He's got to keep that cross. He's got to punch an underhook. Does Ollie. Whoa. A back fist there from Zuniga. I think Ollie may have been a little more off balance than rocked,
Yeah.
but Zuniga's all over him.
Looked like it just grazed him. And now Armando Zuniga trying to get the back of Oliver Jimenez. Back to the feet we go. Standing up.
Yeah, remember in Zuniga's title fight, he was pretty patient, pretty calm, but then he would just like explode into these big exchanges. It's like he would like wake up in the middle of these fights and assault a big offense.
He had a chance to win that title fight if it wasn't for that final big slam from Christian Ammons.
Yeah, that was a fun fight. That's a great fight too.
He was at round 5 slam, like with about 30 seconds in, and then he was just in control the whole time, and that kind of sealed the deal because it was pretty even. It could have, you know, it was a pretty even fight up until then. It just shows you the potential of Armando Zuniga.
Little liver work there from Ollie. Good jab there from Ali.
Nice takedown there, change of direction.
Feet on the hips, Oliver.
Armando Zuniga controlling the top position right now. And again, Oliver's guard is wide open. He's opening it, kind of inviting him to kind of pass it, I assume, to make space so that he can work on his stand-up. I don't know what Oliver's grappling background is, but doesn't seem to be scared to open his guard.
No, he needs to. I mean, he's got that frame across with the knee. Get off up on that elbow. Get his right knee on the ground. Build the post. He did a good job. He's got some wrist control. He's got to stand. Oh man, Zuniga did a good job really capitalizing on that exchange.
Has the body lock locked in as well, about to be.
Yeah, I got a minute and 15 seconds here to work from the back of Oliver Jimenez. It's a bad position for Oliver Jimenez. Zuniga trying to get his arm out. Yeah,
oh,
here we go. That's deep.
That's figure forward.
Uh-oh, is this going to be it? And that is
That's
it. Armando Zuniga gets his debut win against Oliver Jimenez with that masterful groundwork. Gets the tap on Ali. Congratulations.
It's a tall order from Zuniga. I mean, it's a tough debut. I guarantee you he's a big dog going into that fight. His coaches saw something. They believed in him.
Yeah, Armando Zuniga just had to turn this to the place where it was more in his favor. He was losing the striking battles, got this down to the ground, was very patient on the ground, eventually got Oliver Jimenez's back, and then here we go to lock that up. And that was tight very, very quick. Fought the hand at first, but you see he gets it under his chin, and then the trap hand under his own chin, very difficult to get out. And that's a wrap.
And our final win of the year, Armando Zuniga in his debut. That'll be a trivia question next year, I'm sure. Yeah. Let's go to Wayne to make this official.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Jeff Rexroad calls for a stop to the action. 4 minutes, 4 seconds into round number 2, declaring your winner by tap out due to a rear naked choke, Armando Zuniga.
All right, that will do it for us in 2022. We will see you in 2023 for more great moments, great fights here at Fury FC. On behalf of the entire Fury FC staff, our DNA production crew, for Alex Morona, for Michael Alexander, I'm Rahil Ramzanawi. See you in 2023 in San Antonio.
You chose to be here with us, and for that,